In this video, I'm going to recreate Mbappe's World Cup 2022 final shirt. A few months ago, I recreated Messi's shirt, and being a huge Mbappe fan, I told myself I should do the same for Mbappe. In order to recreate Mbappe's World Cup final shirt, we gotta meet a few requirements. It has to be the France 2022 home shirt in authentic version. The shirt needs to be a size large, because Mbappe wore a size large during the World Cup final. The shirt needs to have World Cup patches. We also need match details for the World Cup final. We need the FIFA World Champions badge of 2018. And of course, we need the official Mbappé name set. I actually got all the items we need today right over here, so I think it's time to jump straight into the video. We're starting off with the white World Cup patch on the right sleeve. I checked some of the match images of Mbappé actually wearing this shirt in the final before I start measuring everything. Once I feel like I got the right positioning for the patch, I go over it with the iron. This is kind of easy, but measuring can definitely make it complicated. I'm gonna repeat the same process for the blue Football United Will patch. Now I'm wrapping the shirt around the ironing board facing the front of the jersey. We're gonna add the golden FIFA World Champions badge, the match details, and the small number 10. This will definitely make the shirt look better. The thing is, I need to be sure about the measurements and the positioning, otherwise it will look very bad. In order to find the right positioning, I'm using match images again. After all this, I'm covering up the patch with baking paper in order to protect it. I'm going over the patch with the iron until I got the feeling that the patch has been applied onto the jersey. And I think this already looks kinda solid, right? Next up, we got the match details. This is gonna be easier because the surface of the letters is so tiny that they will stick to the shirt almost instantly. The tricky part is that my iron might go over the French national team crest, which is rubberized, and I don't want to damage it, so I cover that up with baking paper as well. And then again, you can see that I'm measuring a lot, but the problem is, once the letters have been applied onto the jersey, there is no way going back. The back of the jersey is probably the easiest part because I've applied so many names and numbers. I'm starting off with the Mbappé name first because I want to check the measurements and positioning. In order to find the right positioning, I'm using match images again. Once I feel like my positioning is kind of right, I just check it again. Now we're gonna compare my positioning to the match images. I got the feeling we got this positioning right, so it's time to apply some heat onto the name. This time I'm not using baking paper because the name has already got a protective layer made of plastic. Let's continue with the big number 10 on the back, and this is a very important step in our customization process because it's probably the most visible part of the jersey. We gotta make sure that both of the numbers are at the same height, and that's why I'm using my ruler and square set again. Once I'm sure about the measurement and positioning, I start applying some heat onto the number 10 as well. Part 2 of this customization is gonna be easier because the name set and patches have already been applied onto the jersey. I'm using my heat press machine to make sure the customization items will stick to the shirt. First of all, we're gonna apply some more heat onto the back of the shirt because it's the biggest surface of this jersey. I'm using about 149 degrees Celsius. Next up, we're gonna heat press the patches onto the jersey. I don't expect a lot of problems because their surface is kind of small, so I'm still gonna use the same temperature. The last part consists of the small number 10 on the front and the match details. I'm using baking paper again because I just want to make sure I don't touch the French rubberized team crest on the front. Now comes the most satisfying part of the shirt, which is peeling off. And you definitely want to take your time for this, because if you're too eager, you might end up damaging the patches or name sets. Especially the match details can be tricky because the small letters have a small surface compared to the other elements on the shirt. The name and number on the back of the shirt are a bit easier because their surface is way bigger. You still gotta watch out though, because the small details in the number 10 can easily be damaged if you aren't careful when peeling off the plastic. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to show you the result. Here it is, the France 2022 home shirt from the final with Mbappé on it, match details, World Cup patches. Look at this beauty. I'm really happy with the result because I really think that the patches, the match detail and the patch over here make the shirt look more complete, you know? It's crazy to realize that Mbappé wore a shirt like this during the World Cup final. I mean, this shirt has got the correct World Cup patches on both of the sleeves, and they actually played with this light blue patch on the left sleeve. There are quite some versions of the World Cup patches, and that's exactly what makes it kind of hard to find them. To be honest, this FIFA World Champions badge of 2018 was very hard to find as well. I mean, I ended up finding this badge and it's original, but it cost me 30 euros. But hey, it looks amazing, so it's definitely worth it in my opinion. We got the match details just below the French national team crest. It's cool that they put everything in French because the match details on the Argentina shirt are actually in English. But yeah, the golden details on this all navy shirt make a very good combination. On the back, we got the beautiful golden Mbappé name set. And as you could see, when I was peeling off the plastic, it was kind of easy. This shirt is still brand new with tags as well. It's a size large, just like Mbappé wore during the final. And another important detail is that this is a dry fit advanced shirt. So this is actually the player version and not the regular fans version. You can definitely see that if you zoom in a bit on the material of the shirt. This shirt is just really special to me. I mean, I know France didn't win the World Cup, but this shirt will always remind me of Mbappe's crazy performance in the World Cup 2022 final. I mean, he scored a hat-trick. I already got quite some Mbappé shirts, so I'm really happy to add this one to my collection. I feel like both of the France and Argentina home shirts are very popular, especially the player versions. So I expect this shirt to become very rare in the future. Well guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you liked it. I really enjoyed making this video. So if you got any suggestions about shirts I could upgrade, so for example, World Cup final shirts, maybe even Champions League final shirts, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm gonna try to consider all of your ideas. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you next time.